Aloha mai kako e koma mai to Curtain Call, a weekly program of reviews, previews, interviews, and features of and or with the great art and artists on Maui and beyond. I'm Paul James Brown. Impressions and Imprints is the latest exhibit at the Noʻeau Visual Arts Center in Maui. This exhibit brings together printmakers, metalsmiths, and ceramicists to, quote, explore the power of touch, unquote. I love this additional quote from the exhibit's flyer. Quote, this juried exhibition celebrates the dynamic conversation between ink and earth, pressure and fire, unquote. There were 3 jurors for this show: David Peterson, head of the Jewelry and Metals program at Skidmore College; David Vitarelli, Maui native ceramicist and sculptor who established a ceramic center in Palau and studied Michiko in Japan for 3 years under Sensei Tatsuzo Shimaoka; and Michael Takemoto, one of Hawaii's most creative and accomplished multimedia visual artists. They selected 90 works by 69 artists from 181 submissions. Usually I begin my juried show reviews with an introduction of the jurors' choices. I will let you know what they are, but first I want to show you what they didn't select that I love. This is in no way a criticism of their selections. They are all excellent. This is more a comment on how difficult that selection process was. This is Nancy Davis's Astonishing Layers, a breathtaking ceramic of a reclining woman that will welcome one into the rear gallery. Look at the texture of the piece and ponder, how the heck did she do that? Here is Rhonda Moss's Alala in flight. It is what will greet you when you enter the exhibition. I learned from Ms. Moss, a former hairdresser, this is her 2nd ceramic she has ever done. Look at the detail in this piece. I cannot wait to see what she comes up with for Malama Valakua in the fall. Here are the jurors' choices. Mr. Peterson selected Alan Levy's multimedia monoprint Essence of Emptiness. It is an exceptionally complex work, exhibiting spiderweb fineness and perhaps a comment on how one achieves emptiness. Mr. Vitarelli chose Hawaiʻi's Gretchen Fisher's ceramic Kona Low. It sits on this extraordinary hand-hewn cypress stand by Christopher White. Ms. Fisher told me this was one of several trees that were blown over along with her home during the Kona Low we experienced at the beginning of March. Mr. Takemoto was taken by Barclay Hill's copper and acrylic on wood work entitled The Beginning. If you're familiar with Mr. Hill's work, you know what a departure this is for him. When I saw his name on it, I was incredulous. I have never seen anything like it from Mr. Hill. It is truly a celebration of a master at the height of his powers. Bob Flint creates pit-fired ceramics that look like they were made of cloth. They are so soft appearing. These will also greet the viewer along with Ms. Ross's piece. This paean to the village smithy by Ethan Froney, called Kwa Hao, is ceramic, not iron. Nancy Scrimstad has 2 pieces in this show. Here is her intaglio and acrylic ansicht, or translated face, and this is an intaglio and dry point work called The Strip. It is characteristic of Ms. Scrimstad's haunting style, her probing intellect, and great sense of humor. Jefferson Stillwell is known for his paintings of cartoonish figures and situations, so it was a real surprise to see his name on this mixed media work called Talkin' Moon Rocks. I would love to see this in monumental scale in some park here. What do you think the title of this ceramic sculpture by Kimberly Dubsky might be? If you said something about lopsidedness or unevenness, you'd be close. It's called Waltz of Imbalance. Talk about a perfect title. Judy Biscard gave us this print collage of Baby Ahole called Ahole Hole 2. She is one of our most conscientious artists who is constantly learning and growing and gets into virtually every show she enters. She is to art what Dale Button is to theater. Carrie Lee Brady gets the prize for the most realistic 2-dimensional work in this show. Her he'e of acrylic-colored pencils, kozo, banana leaf papers on canvas will stop the viewer in their tracks. That eye is mesmerizing. It's as if it were an X-ray. One can feel it boring into one, and then the viewer may reflexively move back for fear of being grabbed by those tentacles. Here's a magnificent column of clay and Japanese gold silver leaf paper by Arabella Ark. This is a rare treatment for the exterior of a ceramic. Speaking of rare, this is a monoprint on lace kappa mounted on Hanji Korean paper made from the inner bark of the mulberry tree by Joyce Jeffers. It is so three-dimensional. There are two tiny works by Jonathan Sewell on the mantle. This one is a mixed media vessel sculpture, clay, electroformed copper crystal, and glass called The Vessel of the Forgotten Architects. This one is Reborn Knowledge, and that is an OPE shell. According to Gemini, quote, electroformed copper is copper that has been grown atom by atom around a mold or object using a specialized electrochemical process, unquote. Above the mantle is Jennifer Valenzuela's oil-on panel with 22-karat gold leaf and resin masterpiece, Mending Quilt 6.0. Miss Valenzuela's characteristic palette and resin surface, along with her utilization of gold leaf, defines her style and stamps her work as only hers, instantly recognizable and infinitely inspired. The jewelers have not been left out of this show. 3 pieces by Roberta Ann Wiesenberg, the Hui's resident jeweler. These earrings, pine needles and pearls, are fine silver, argentium silver, and pearls. This argentium sterling silver and Mabe pearl ring is called Pearl Jellyfish Ring number 3, and these earrings, jellies, are argentium silver and velo opal. Look at this sterling silver ocean jasper moonstone pendant called Ocean Tapestry by Susan Brown. Here is a pendant called Eclipse of sterling silver by Beth Cooper, and this is a bronze pendant by Pepper Heppel. Inner Current. Note the detail. This is Lolly Groth's Carborundum Big Moon. According to Gemini, the artist mixes fine carborundum powder with an abrasive-resistant paste or glue and paints it onto a printing plate. Once dried, the gritty texture holds ink beautifully, producing rich velvety dark tones and unique textures when pressed onto paper, unquote. You learn something new every day. Jennifer Thackeray has given us this opposite of synchronized swimming in her relief lino-cut pink cap open ocean water swimmers. Look at the strokes. Every one is different. Don Bernshaus is a renowned architect, painter, and sculptor who has been exhibited in places like the famed Walker Art Center in Minneapolis, as well as the Schaefer International Gallery, among many others. His work can best be described as minimalist, primary, and dramatic. This small ceramic is an event. Masako Jobert creates sparkling porcelains. This is Modern Botanical number 1. Juvenile Evie Bird is a ceramic by Uyen Vo. It is an eye-catching work. A most contemplative series of 9 tiny monotypes by Husa Adams called Go Lightly, My Love. Is it a warning or is it a plea? Finally, Will Herrera did this low-fire stoneware, clay, and glazes tribute to his dad called Impressions of My Father's Ear for music. Here we see an image of one presumes Mr. Herrera's father against a triangle and a violin with the first page of Manolis Kantokastis' work, Impressions, orchestrated for solo piano. Don't miss this work. It is on the side of the second panel in the show. This is a soupçon of what awaits you in this strong show. Congratulations to Tori Spear, who created the gallery design, and Ms. Wiesenberg, who was responsible for the installation. Impressions and Imprints continues until July 24th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., Tuesday to Saturday at the Hui Noʻeau Visual Arts Center, 2841 Baldwin Avenue in Makawa. I learned Erin O'Keefe, the development director of the Hui, is leaving to bring her talents to another not-for-profit. She will be missed. Best of luck, Ms. O'Keefe, in your future endeavors. Well, that's Curtain Call for this week. Next week, I'll have a review of The Conversion of Ka'u'umanu, an original play by Victoria Nalani Knubel at Pro Arts Playhouse. Mahalo nui loa for joining me. I'm Paul James Brown. Maui strong. Ahui ho.